Alright, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Maz, and welcome back to the channel. Anyways, in today's video, I wanted to go ahead and share my opinion and answer the age-old question of whether or not you as a man watching this, especially if you're inexperienced or lost or don't know what you want and you've been thinking about wanting to become active in the dating world, if whether or not you should do that, but more importantly, if you should date around and date a lot. And now, before we go ahead and we dive into the video, I just wanted to give a quick disclaimer. This video only applies to the guys that are thinking about or want, more importantly, to date and want to actively date. So if you're a guy watching this that is, waiting for the right person to come into their life, or isn't dating right now, or doesn't plan on dating anytime soon, then you can go ahead and click off this video unless you want to hear my opinion on it. But other than that, be sure to go ahead and smash the like button for your boy and subscribe if you're new, because we're on the road to 2K. And once you've done all that, let's go ahead, let's dive into the video. So, to answer the question on whether or not I think you as a man should be dating in 2025, but more importantly, if you should be dating around and dating a lot, to answer the question in short, I think it honestly depends. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it depends on what stage of your life you're in, what type of man you are, and what your mindset is, not only towards life, but towards dating women. But more importantly, if you don't know, or if you do know what you already want. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there are a lot of guys out there that I happened to have come across where they either have hardly or no dating experience, and they somehow know exactly what they want. But if you're a guy that's not like that, and like I said, you've been thinking about wanting to date and get your fair share of dating experience, I highly recommend that you do so. Now, in terms of how long you want to date and how intensely you want to date, like if you want to go out on a date or 2 dates or 3 dates every week, or you want to go out on a date once a month, this and that, that is completely up to you, because there are a lot of factors that go into you deciding that. And to kind of give you guys an idea of what I did over the last, I would say 2.5 to 3 years, is I've gone through intense periods of, I would say, anywhere from 3 to up to 5 months, to where I would, at the very least, go out on one date every single weekend. And then obviously there were times where, things got a little crazy and I went out on 2, even 3 dates per week. But the thing is, I didn't consistently date like throughout the last 2 to 3 years. Like I would go through 3 to 5, 6 month periods where I would, focus on dating and try to accumulate dating experience. And then I would take 6 months to maybe 8 months off to focus on other things. Like I go through these weird phases of my life where it's like I'm trying to lock in and I'm trying to focus on my shit. And then there are phases where I want to, go out, be social, have fun, and do all sorts of things. And so for me, I would just go through small little chunks of periods of time the last couple of years in doing that. And with that, I have gained my fair share of dating experience for now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, to you watching this, if you decide to take that leap, bro, and you decide to put yourself out there and acquire dating experience, but more importantly, you try to acquire as much as you possibly can, which, by the way, that is going to be different for every single guy, because there's never going to be you acquiring enough dating experience. I think for me, what is enough was once I got to the point where I knew exactly what I wanted. And so if you get to that point, whether you go out on, I don't know, 5 first dates or, I don't know, 80 first dates, that's going to be different for every guy. And so I wouldn't stop until you get to the point where you figure out what exactly it is that you not only want in a person, but what you more importantly want with that person in the future when it comes, time for you to want to potentially look for something serious. And so I wouldn't stop until you get there. And more importantly, what you're going to learn along the way, if you do decide to embark on this journey, bro, is you're going to learn how to communicate with the opposite sex. You're going to learn how to text them. You're going to learn how to speak to them in person. You're going to learn how to set up a date. You're going to learn how to run a date. You're going to learn, physical escalation, all those types of logistical things. But more importantly, I think the biggest thing is you're going to learn what you don't want, what you do want, what you thought you didn't want. There are some things you might actually want, and then some things you thought you wanted, you actually don't want. Because I experienced that with myself, is before I got into acquiring the dating experience that I have now, I used to think that I knew exactly what I wanted until I actually got in the field and, I started going out on dates and getting to know women and stuff like that. Did I realize, man, my wants, needs, and my perspective shifted in terms of me originally thinking that the stuff that I did want, I actually no longer want, and the stuff I no longer wanted, I actually want. And then last thing I wanted to go ahead and just mention is notice how I'm not mentioning sexual experience. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I myself know of a couple of guys out there that, are still holding on to their V cards, and they're deciding whether or not they want to indulge in that aspect of dating or they want to hold off. And so I don't want to exclude you guys. If you're holding it off for whatever reason, whether you want to wait for the right person or you're even waiting till marriage, then I highly recommend you abide by that if that's something you want, and I have nothing but respect for that. But I still do recommend that you date, but you don't necessarily have to sleep around. And last thing too, the last thing I wanted to mention is, to all the guys out there that have been consuming content from other dating coaches, I wanted to say, as somebody that didn't, indulge in hookup culture, is you don't need to acquire X amount of bodies, and you don't need to sleep with X amount of women in order for you to figure out what exactly it is that you want out of a woman. And more importantly, think to yourself that you'll feel more, I guess you could say, ready to take on everything that comes with a woman. If you simply don't want to engage in that culture, or more important, like I just said, you want to hold on to your V card, but you still want to dabble in dating, I promise you just simply going out and dealing with women, in my opinion, is honestly more than enough. And you're going to learn enough to the point where you have enough knowledge needed to know exactly what you want with your love life in the future. So yeah, don't listen to what a lot of these fucking clowns are telling you, because I used to think that juggling this amount of girls or doing X, Y, and Z, I thought I had to do that. And the thing is, I realized once I actually got into the field and I gained a little bit of experience, A, there were some aspects of dating I just absolutely didn't like, nor do I want to partake in. And then B, you actually don't have to do those things, because the beautiful thing about you being a man, bro, is you have what's called free will. And so you don't have to listen to anybody or feel like you have to qualify to some sort of standard, especially another man's fucking standards, to feel like you deserve a woman or you deserve fucking love, okay? So decide for yourself what exactly it is that you want, and then go out and do a little bit of self-discovery and acquire the confirmation to let yourself know, okay, this is exactly what I want, or maybe not. I thought I wanted this thing, but I don't. I want this instead. And so, yeah, to kind of sum up the video, I highly recommend, like I said, if you're a guy that has been thinking or you're trying to actively date, I do recommend that you go out and gain some sort of dating experience and you do date around a little bit. But like I said, in terms of how long you want to do it and how much, that is completely up to you as the man. But I wouldn't stop until you figure out what exactly it is that you want, not only out of dating, but what you want in a future partner moving forward. But that's all I really had to say in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you guys found some value out of this. And if you did, be sure to go ahead and smash the like button for your boy. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you're new because we're on the road to 2K. And last but not least, turn my post notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future video uploads. I want to thank you all so much for watching and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.